Hello people, this is Ashwin Vidyala. Excuse me. Yes. So I came across this, I think it was a quotation kind of thing on Facebook. And this person, and this quote went something like, the best way to expand your mind or learn or something is to read things that you disagree with. Read things that you disagree with. Now, I remember Ron Paul, this congressman, and champion libertarian. Libertarianism is this school of thought or branch of politics. I don't know how I would classify it. Libertarianism is basically, as opposed to, actually, it's like completely on the other end of the spectrum from Democrats, and even more what was called left-winged or whatever from republicanism. Basically, no government intervention whatsoever, maybe except in military and police, I guess. And so let people do their thing. That's philosophy of libertarianism. And I'm not saying it's wrong, right, I agree with it or not. That's not the point. That's what he is. That's who he is, rather. And he's the author of this book called End the Fed, which I was reading. And in that he said, for I think 20 years or something, or however long a certain publication has been out, he has been a loyal subscriber to this democratic publication. Completely opposite to his views. And he said, why do I do that? Two things. One, because the more I read that, the more I am challenging my views. And so I'm constantly having to justify my own views to myself when I'm reading something that opposes them. And I get stronger in my own belief system. And two, the possibility that I don't know everything. So it's possible that my way of thinking is bullshit and it's wrong, and I'll be changed. See, he realized that even though he's such a strong champion of that not philosophy, but that school of thought, he could still be wrong. And so the point is, you want to, and I completely forgot about this. I was just reminded of it recently, a couple of days ago. You want to expose yourself to things that you disagree with. Because one, that's a completely different perspective that you're not going to get from listening to people who agree with you. And so you will change your perspective even of what you believe in, and you might get stronger in it. Or you might realize that the way you think is wrong, and you might change it to a way that is, and when I say right or wrong, wrong for you, not wrong or right in and of itself. Because everything is subjective. Always. I don't care what it is. Maybe laws of physics are not, I guess. But even though you have something called the observer effect in quantum physics, which states that subjectivity is also involved in the laws of physics. But that's a different point. You want to expose yourself to things that you disagree with, read things that you disagree with, subscribe to the democratic publication that you are completely on an opposite track from. To expose yourself to ideas, concepts, opinions, perspectives, viewpoints that you disagree with. So that you can either get strong in your own viewpoint and expand your way of thinking. Because if you can see how somebody else thinks, that's very powerful if you're trying to convince them or persuade them, if you know how they think. And you know how they think by exposing yourself to the views of people who don't agree with you. Or two, you might change your viewpoint to something better. Because I promise you, you, me, none of us know it all. We can always learn, we can always improve. And you can probably find a better way to do things.